What's going on, everybody? Welcome to G Miles World Podcast. And if you haven't already heard, Ryan Clark went off on Antonio Brown about him being a bad teammate and stories of him just being very, very disruptive in the locker room. Now, I don't know how long a lot of you guys have been following my podcast, but when AB did that Facebook Live when they had just won a playoff game and they were going to see the Patriots, and I saw that, I initially already spoke about it and said that that's something that's unforgivable, because if you've ever been part of a team, you know that nothing is more important than the team. And AB has continuously found a way to make himself be a standout. Now, listen, this is the situation, right? Some people think that it's hard to be like a star and be a really good teammate. And in my opinion, that's not really the case. There's a lot of guys that are really good that don't really seek all the attention. Julio Jones, there's Drew Brees, there's guys, Tom Brady. These guys are just great players, but they're also good teammates. They're not trying to disrupt the locker room. They're not trying to make themselves be bigger than everything else. And granted, Antonio Brown is an unbelievable receiver. It has nothing to do with hate. Like Ryan, a lot of the people that are commenting on Twitter, oh, this guy is this, it's wrong for him to do this. It has nothing to do with anything other than enough is enough. Look, if you're going through something in your life, right, and you let the same person keep getting away with the same thing, what happens? Because we've all done it. They keep doing it. There's no reason for them to stop, because you create the monster by not addressing the situation. And that's simply what the Steelers have been doing. His performance has been so outweighing, everything else that he's doing. It doesn't really matter, because he's still, in my opinion, I guess you got to put him top two. I'm going to go between him and Julio. But again, it's at the point right now where Juju Smith-Schuster is coming up as well. So you can't act like that, bro. Because even though you're a great receiver, Ben Roethlisberger is not a slouch. You know what I'm saying? The dude does have rings. Like, it's not like, you're making Ben Roethlisberger. You got to understand it. And a lot of people don't really appreciate what they have until they lose it. And I know it's like a cliche. Like, you never realize what you have until it's gone. But this dude, AB, he's on a warpath. Allegedly, he being a tyrant and not wanting to play in the final game that determines whether they go to the playoffs or not, and they still win despite that. And then somebody in the Steelers organization leaked that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, I don't believe in coincidence. What has to happen will always happen. You understand what I'm saying? People are getting sick and tired of it, because you know what it is? If you have that one guy that's really, really good, like AB is, and he's the guy that makes everybody just really, really upset, eventually you have to figure out a way to remove yourself from that situation. Now, remember, that follows with you. Will he become a better teammate on another team? I don't know, because you could compare this to T.O. Everybody wanted to blame T.O. after what happened, in San Francisco. He's going after the quarterback. He went to the Eagles. Wherever he went, it followed him. Regardless of the way that it was split down the lines in the locker room, it followed him. That's what the situation is. So no matter where he goes, it's still going to follow him. You can't escape what he's doing right now. It's very, very disruptive. And he's been doing this for a while. Like I said, when I saw Facebook Live, I was like, yo, this guy has to go. And I was saying that, bro, as soon as I saw that, because you could do a lot of things. You could tweet a lot of things. You can delete tweets, whatever like that. But when you show visibly what the personal, like, if any of you guys have been inside a locker room and been part of a team like I have, you guys understand that that's a family. That's not something that you share outside it. It's like when you grow up and your parents tell you whatever goes on inside this house stays inside this house. AB apparently hasn't learned that yet, and it's not a good thing when you choose to stand out. Like, your pride is so much more than what the team's value is, that you choose to stay out and possibly cost your team a playoff berth. It's no way that Steelers fans can be happy about it. And look, again, regardless of if Ryan Clark and AB has personal issues, this is not something that I feel is vindictive in any way on Ryan Clark's behalf. But people are going to say it, and it's going to usually be people that don't really truly understand the situation that's going to immediately say, why are you doing that? Why are you trying to pull this guy down? Why are you dragging him down? Regardless of what color, ethnicity, whatever you are, if you are disruptive, you're disruptive. It doesn't matter. Like, it has nothing to do with anything else other than the fact that this track record has been following Antonio Brown. And he's probably a really nice guy off the field or whatever like that. That's not what this is about. This is about him being a teammate and feeling like, with that chip on your shoulder, you're still, you're more than what everybody, you already got all the acclaim. You made the cover of Madden NFL. Like, you've gotten the acclaim. We understand you're a great receiver, but that doesn't mean that you're bigger than the team. That just doesn't mean that. And that's what I think the disconnect is. Because as much as you can say Ben Roethlisberger ran, he ran Todd Haley out of town. All quarterbacks have done that. All stars have done that. Magic Johnson ran away as coach. LeBron James got coaches fired. Great players do that. Michael Jordan he'd rather retire than have them get rid of Phil Jackson. Great players make stands. So I'm not surprised that Ben Roethlisberger didn't want somebody had to go. That has nothing to do with the actual team, because every great player is they're going to get different types of, things that other players don't get. But when you visibly show the world that you are bigger than the team, that's when it's a problem. That's all I'm saying. I don't really care. I'm not a Steelers fan. I'm just speaking on behalf of the actual situation, because people are flooding my timeline acting as if Ryan Clark did something wrong. He absolutely did nothing wrong. The same way that Baker Mayfield did nothing wrong at all by addressing a situation with Hugh Jackson, which needed to be addressed. You guys want people to tell the truth. You guys want all these commentators to tell the truth. And then as soon as they tell the truth based on their experience, oh, he's snitching. Oh, he's not snitching. He's saying things that other people are scared to say. And of course, he's going to get the brunt of it. Everybody's going to be mad about it, whatever like that. Why are you doing that? Where was everybody when they were attacking Le'Veon Bell? Where the offensive line attacked Le'Veon Bell like that? What happened with that? Oh, Le'Veon Bell was the problem. Okay, so we pick and choose who we want to like and who we don't want to like. And that's ultimately what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys can be mad at Ryan Clark, but is he lying about anything? That's what you have to ask yourself. Is he really lying about anything? Has Antonio Brown exhibited behavior that is of an upstanding citizen? Or has he shown that he himself is bigger than the team on multiple occasions? That's all I want you guys to answer, because you guys are probably going to say, yeah, but G-Maya, he didn't have to do it like that. What other way could he have done it? What other way could he have done it? This guy is visibly showing that he does not care about anything that's going on other than the fact that, I'm AB and everybody else is everybody else. That's all he's been doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, ultimately what happens is wide receivers, when I watch these other commentators talk about how wide receivers are divas and stuff like that, and quarterbacks are divas, we all understand that these positions are highly sought after. And to be blessed enough to have the opportunity to do what you love, you got to be very, very careful, because that can be snatched from you at the drop of a hat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be just snatched. Like, you have the opportunity to do what you want and be very, very good at it. And then you go and you do this. The other people are going to be very, very skeptical of it, because your reputation precedes you. So it's not like you just go to another team and it's like, oh, AB, that wasn't the real AB that did that Facebook Live. That was AB's cousin or his fifth cousin. No, it was AB that did it. So you're not going to forget that as a team leader on another team, even if he ends up on your team, yeah, he can help you win, but at what cost? OBJ, at what cost? Like, these guys are doing things, and I want to see all of these young men succeed. But come on, bro. You're still part of a team. You're making millions of dollars. Like, bruh, you're a star. You've gotten all the acclaim. Yeah, you were snubbed, and you weren't drafted at the right position. Bro, you've gone, and you've already overcome all that. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's no need to be. You can be a positive influence on your team. Okay? Like, in my opinion, what Baker Mayfield did to Hugh Jackson outright deserved that. It's not like he was just looking to do whatever and he's making it into something bigger. Hugh Jackson deserved that. And I don't think that Baker went above and beyond. I think Baker handled it like a man. You treat me wrong as a man, I'm going to show you what it's all about. There was nothing else with it. He just handled it the way he's supposed to handle it. It did not affect the team's play in a negative way. They actually rallied behind Baker. He wasn't Facebook Living his interviews with Hugh Jackson. He didn't do all of that stuff. He took it on the chin with Hard Knocks and showed him. And it's a blessing. And I do believe that young man, Baker Mayfield, is going to go on to be very successful. But this kind of stuff has to stop. You can't do stuff like that. When your team's playoff hopes are on the line, you can't make a personal dispute. This can't happen. And that's all I'm saying. Ryan Clark did absolutely nothing wrong in this situation. And if you believe that he did something wrong, then you are not really looking at the situation and the track record of what AB has been. And again, it's not trying to be like, oh yeah, he shouldn't be on the team, whatever. He probably deserves a fresh start, but he should not come back to the Steelers. And he shouldn't have come back, and they shouldn't have gave him his money after Facebook Live. And that's on the organization at the end of the day. But still, as a man, you have to control your emotions. You have to control your reactions. And this was unacceptable on his part to leave his team like that. That's my opinion. I agree with Ryan Clark. Until next time, one love.